I've been doing keyword research for 8 years now, and what I'm about to show you is by far the best way to find low competition, easy to rank for keywords. That is by using a tool called ClearSERP, which I built specifically to help you find low competition keywords. You can find the link to ClearSERP in the description below this video. Alright, so once you're in ClearSERP, you want to go to the Research tab, and then on Research there are three different modes. There's Keyword Research mode, Domain Research mode, and Competitor Research. So I'm going to start with the Keyword Research mode, and I'll show you the other modes later. Alright, so here we can enter our keyword, and you can also enter a asterisk as a wildcard to represent anything. So for instance, if you do asterisk recipes, it'll show you keywords that end with the word recipes. So then, before you search, you should be aware of these settings. For instance, the default sort order is by search volume highest first, which are not going to be very easy to rank for keywords, especially in the recipes niche. So instead, I'm going to change this to difficulty lowest first. And then I'm also going to set the minimum search volume to, how about 300? And there's a bunch of other settings here you can play around with, but that's what I'm going to go with for now. So then you can also set the result limit, how many results that will be shown once you hit search. So I'm going to leave it at 100 for now and click research. And this should only take a few seconds. And there we go. So here are 100 recipe keywords sorted by lowest difficulty first. And as you can see, there's a lot of good ones here, it looks like. But we're kind of working in the dark here because this is what most keyword research tools show you when you search a keyword, and this is why I built ClearSERP to improve upon this workflow. They just show you the keyword, the search volume, the cost per click, and the keyword difficulty score, which is based on the number of backlinks of the top ranking results. And that doesn't necessarily mean the keyword is easy to rank for. It can, but it's not the best indicator. Actually, the best indicator of a low competition keyword is the presence of other low domain authority websites ranking in the top 10 for that keyword. Because if there are some low authority sites ranking for a keyword, then you know that your site, which may have low authority, can either outrank those sites, especially if your site has high authority, or if your site also has low authority, you know that there's a chance that your site can rank for that keyword as well. Since it's already been proven, Google is showing you right there that other low authority sites are ranking for that keyword. So, and this is where ClearSERP shines. So it doesn't show you that stuff by default. So you actually have to select keywords to then analyze. So I'll do that. I selected all 100 of these keywords and I click the Analyze button, and now it's going to load for 30 seconds to maybe a few minutes. If it was like 1,000 keywords, it might take, 5 minutes or so to load. But if it's just 100 like this, it'll take a few minutes to load. And there we go. The analysis has been completed, and all 100 keywords now show the SERP weakness data as well as the actual search engine result pages for each keyword. So let me go over what each of these things are. So let's start with the SERP weaknesses column. This shows 16 different potential weaknesses that are present among the top 10 results. If it's blue, that means that weakness is present among the top 10. If it's gray, that means that weakness is not there. And this just means like there's one of the sites in the top 10 that has this weakness. Like there's a site that has no backlinks to it. There's a site that's a broken page actually, which is kind of a big deal. There's a site with no heading tags. So these are small weaknesses, but if there are a bunch of weaknesses like this present, then it's a good indicator that some of the competition the websites aren't very well optimized. And if you have a very well optimized website that doesn't have any of those weaknesses, there's a chance that you could outrank them. But it's not the most important thing to look at necessarily. Probably the more important thing would be the authority of the ranking sites, and that's where this column comes into play. So the blue circles show organic results, and the numbers in those blue circles show the domain score or the domain authority of each of those results. The gray ones are Google SERP features. So for instance, the recipe pack, the short videos pack, image pack, video pack, people also ask, stuff like that. So you want to look at these numbers and find keywords that have sites with low domain scores ranking among the top 10. And we can actually do that real easily by sorting by lowest domain score. And there we go. This keyword has a site with a domain score of 0 ranking for it, which is really good. Because if there's a site with a domain score of 0, that means pretty much any low authority site could rank for this keyword. Assuming, the content was good and there were other things in place that were, it was well optimized and such. But as you can see here, there are several keywords with low domain score sites ranking in the top 10, and any with a domain score of less than 10 will be highlighted just to help you quickly visually pick out the easy to rank for keywords here. And then if you hover over these circles, as I was doing earlier, you can see the actual domain that's ranking. Here's the URL, here's the traffic to that page, here's the number of backlinks. Here's this one. This one gets 233 visitors a month, and it's ranking in the 7th position, so that's a pretty good sign. So there's a lot of data in these, and that's not all. To really see all the data for the search engine results page, you can expand the details, and then this shows you the actual items in each position of the top 10 on Google. So there's the Google SERP features like the AI overview, the recipe pack, and this actually shows the recipes ranking in that. And then the organic results, obviously, as you can see here, with a bunch of data such as the weaknesses and also like the number of visitors to that page per month, the domain score, the page score, all that good stuff. All right. So this is obviously way more useful than just getting a keyword difficulty score, because as you can see here, these keywords are definitely more easy to rank for than other keywords since they have low authority sites already ranking for them. Whereas if I sort by a domain score of highest first, for instance, this one, heart pasta recipes, the lowest domain score ranking is 63, and yet this shows a difficulty of 0, which, this just shows how the keyword difficulty score cannot be trusted. Where, you could try ranking for this keyword, and it's possible you would, but it's a lot less likely that you would than for a keyword like this that has already been proven to be easy by the presence of other low authority sites ranking. So another quick thing I should show you is the keyword score column, and this just is based on the numbers here, so like the average of them, and the amount of weaknesses here. As you can see, this one only has like 3 weaknesses out of 16. So does this one. So these ones are getting pretty low keyword scores. But if you sort by highest first, these are going to be higher scores. It's also based on search volume, so this is a pretty high search volume keyword, and it has a domain with a authority of 13 ranking for it, so that's pretty good. And as you can see, the traffic is really high for this keyword, so that's why this is considered a pretty good keyword, because there's a lot of traffic to be had for it. It's relatively easy to rank for, and there are plenty of weaknesses in the search engine results page. So that is the keyword research mode and why it's so much better than other keyword research tools, because you can actually see the SERP landscape for every single keyword and find keywords that are proven to be easy to rank for. So moving on, I want to show you the competitor research mode and the domain research mode. And for those, we need to pick a URL to search. So I'm actually going to do this one here since it's a domain score of 0. I'm just going to copy this URL and then head over to competitor research, enter that URL. and it has a forward slash there, so I have to remove that. Okay. Then click research. And there we go. Here are all the keywords that this website is ranking for. And since this website is ranking for them, we know that these keywords are going to be relatively easy because this site has a domain score of 0. So the important thing you want to look for is the rank column. If the site is, ranking really low, like, 36th, that doesn't mean this keyword is easy to rank for. But if it's ranking high, like in the top 10, like this, 3, 4, 7, that's a good indicator that the keyword is easy to rank for. So another thing you can look at here that's super useful is the estimated traffic column. And this shows how much traffic the URL here is estimated to be getting from this keyword. So this shows you whether the keyword is even worth targeting or not. Because if it's getting a lot of traffic, that's a good sign. If it's not, then maybe you want to avoid it. All right, so from here, you could always select these keywords and then further analyze them to see the SERP weaknesses and the SERP landscape here. But I'm not going to do that in this case. It's not really important, I don't think, because we already know that these keywords are going to be pretty easy to rank for since a site with a domain score of 0 does rank for them. So I will go ahead and show you the next research mode here, and that's domain research. And this is different than competitor research because in competitor research, it shows you the keywords that that domain is actually ranking for. In domain research, it shows you keywords in the same niche as that domain. So I'm going to go ahead and paste that domain here and click research. And this is going to show me the most relevant results to this domain. And this domain does not necessarily rank for these keywords, and that's what makes this mode so powerful, because you can enter your site or a competitor's site here and get a bunch of keyword ideas you may never have thought of before that are relevant to your domain. So as you can see, these ones are not sorted by difficulty or search volume. It's because they're sorted by most relevant, but you can easily sort by difficulty or search volume by clicking these headings, and then you can always select these ones to further analyze and see whether they actually are easy to rank for or not based on the other sites that are ranking for them, like I showed you earlier. So as you can see, ClearSERP is extremely powerful for keyword research and for finding low competition keywords that you can actually rank for, because it's all based on data. And it's not just this keyword difficulty data that most other keyword research tools show. All right, so that about does it. I should also mention that you can always go to the View History page to get back to the results. So for instance, this one where we analyzed 100 keywords is always accessible. As you can see, here it is, and we can sort by lowest domain score, and there we go. And if we go back to history, we can pull up the other one, the domain research mode that I just showed you. And you can also perform a new search by going back here, and view history is always available here. Another thing to show you real quick is that you can save keywords to a collection. So for instance, if I wanted to save these keywords to a recipe collection, or let's say I just wanted to save the low competition ones, I could just select these and then, oops, and then click Save Keywords and start a new collection and name it recipes or low competition recipes, and then click Create Collection, and these keywords would all be saved to that collection. And then I could always go back and access that collection at any time from the Saved tab here. Collections are super useful for organizing your keywords. For instance, if you're doing keyword research in various niches that are different from each other, you might want to save keywords to different collections just to keep them well organized. Or if you want to save keywords that are like low difficulty, like these ones, to a collection, and then higher difficulty keywords to a different collection, you can easily do that. So that about does it for this video. I hope you can see how powerful ClearSERP is, and if you want to use it for yourself, the link is in the description below this video.